My bookshelf is so dusty. That's disgusting. Ew. Hello, how are you? I hope you're good. Today I have a book tag. Again, I'm just doing all the book tags, and today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I did this tag a couple years ago, and recently I've been seeing it pop up everywhere, and no, I was not tagged, but I'm a rebel and I like to do things that I'm not tagged in because I'm a rebel? Okay, this tag was created years and years ago by Is That Chammy and Ellie Jane years and years ago. So if the video still exists, I will link that down below, but without further ado, let's just get on with the questions. And yeah, question 1. Best book you've read so far this year. I don't own a physical copy of the book because I don't know why, I need to buy it. But my favorite book that I've read so far this year is actually the first book that I read this year, and that is called Carthago by Christoph Beck. It is a bind-up of a graphic novel that was originally in Italian? I don't remember. And then they then translated it to English, and I read it and I loved it, and it's great. There's a megalodon, so that's why it's my favorite book that I've read this year so far. And I really like it. It's so entertaining. It has everything I could ever want in a story. It's just wonderful. And I highly recommend it if you like sharks. Question 2, best sequel you read so far. I read, let's see, book 2 of Rogue Elegance. It's called The Forbidden City by K.A. Dowling. The first book is called The Changing Tide, and this is a trilogy about pirates, and it's wonderful, and I enjoyed it so much. This is so much better than the first book. I was so hooked, I could not put it down. It was just so freaking entertaining. I highly recommend this if you want a really fast-paced, fun, swashbuckling adventure with pirates. Question 3, new release you haven't read yet but you want to. I was recently sent this book by the publisher. It's called The Maw by Taylor Zajonc. I can't pronounce your last name. I'm so sorry. I need to look that up later. But I have been really interested in this book for months, and so I emailed the publisher and said, hey, can I review your book? And they sent it to me. They're amazing. Thank you so much. So the reason why I wanted to read this is because they say it's for fans of Clive Cussler and Michael Crichton. And if you say Michael Crichton, I'm sold. But basically, this is about a historian that goes to Tanzania to go and explore this cave to solve this really old mystery. And there's a storm, and all of these people get stuck inside the cave, and things go bad, obviously. So I'm all for survival stories, and just, I don't know, it just sounds so much fun. Question 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Okay, so the next book in the Meg series by Steve Alton is getting released sometime soon. I'm not exactly sure when. I forget these things. It's called Meg Generations, so that I'm really looking forward to. And then also, in that same vein, there's going to be Meg comics, comic books of Meg. I'm so excited. Which I think are already out, possibly? I'm not too sure. I want the bind up, the big ol' hardback graphic novel thingy of it, so I don't know when it comes out, sometime this year, and I'm so excited, so stinking excited. Question 5, biggest disappointment. I don't know if you would consider this really the biggest disappointment because I went into this book with very low expectations, but Adjustment Day by Chuck Palahniuk, this book was bad and I'm disappointed, and yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Question 6, biggest surprise. I have 2. First, I'm gonna say Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, just because this is a classic that I never really saw myself picking up because it just didn't sound interesting. Too much angst, but I eventually picked it up because it started to sound more interesting for whatever reason, and I read it, and I loved it so much. So good. I want to reread this on a really rainy, stormy night and just soak up the story again because it's very rereadable. Did I say that correctly? The other book that is a huge surprise for me that I loved so much is Miss Subways by David Duchovny. I read his book Holy Cow. We all know did not like that book at all, but this one surprised me so much. It's so well written, it's funny, it's witty, it's just a really great time. And I mean, if you like David Duchovny, please check this out. Or even if you don't like David Duchovny, just check it out. It's really good. Question 7, favorite new author, debut, or new to you? I read a lot of debuts from several different authors this year so far, but I think my favorite one that I'm going to go with is Semiosis by Sue Burke. This is her debut, I'm pretty sure. Is that what this says? Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. This was so good. This is the sci-fi that I really like. It takes place on another planet. It's about first contact with nature sort of thing. And I really like the way Sue Burke wrote, and I think once she releases something else, I'll definitely try to pick it up. I have a review for this book if you're interested. Question 8, newest fictional crush. No. Question 9, newest favorite character. So I started reading the Witcher books by Andrzej Sapkowski. I read The Last Wish, Sword of Destiny, and Blood of Elves, and I'm having withdrawal right now because I haven't read the next book. I haven't had the chance to pick it up, but I'm going to very soon. I don't remember what the next book is. I have it somewhere. Yeah, okay, but my newest favorite character is hands down Dandelion from these books. He is so hilarious and funny, and he's this kind of womanizer poet person, and I like him a lot. He's my newest favorite character. Question 10, book that made you cry. Ooh, well, speaking of The Witcher, the last book that made me cry was Sword of Destiny. The very last 2 pages, something happens and it pulled my emotions and I just had tears. So that book made me cry. Question 11, book that made you happy. I read a Jack Sparrow book this year, and Jack Sparrow always makes me happy because Jack Sparrow. So I'm gonna go with that. Question 12, favorite book to film adaptation you saw this year. I don't know that I have seen a couple. I read The Haunting and I watched The Haunting. The Haunting sucked. I just watched the new Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I guess technically that would be an adaptation since I've read Jurassic Park, sorta. You can twist that, and well, that sucked. It was awful. Don't waste your money. But I think what I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with The Perfect Storm by Sebastian Junger, the film. I read this at the beginning of the year, sort of, and I rewatched the movie, and the movie isn't perfect by any means, but it will pull at your heartstrings and it will make you cry. And I cry a lot because I'm a baby and I have so many feelings, you know? Question 13, favorite review you've written this year or favorite video you've done so far this year. Okay, so I have filmed quite a few book reviews. Does that count? My favorite book review I think that I filmed this year so far was for Miss Subways, just because it was a lot of fun to talk about Miss Subways and talk about my love of the X-Files and David Duchovny. But my favorite video in general that I have uploaded this year so far, I made 2 book recommendations, one for books about the sea and one for books about pirates. I'll link them down below. They were so much fun to make because I took all these artsy shots near the beach and the harbor, and it was really, really fun just to do that and edit it and put it together because I really like editing. That is a very unpopular opinion among people on Booktube. People don't like to edit, but I love to edit. As long as it's not my face, I love to edit anything. So yeah. Moving on. Question 14, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. Monse, Sharkbait over at Monse's Manifesto, who sucks. She, for my birthday, got me a couple books and things, which is lovely, but specifically she got me this book, and I think the lighting's terrible. You're not going to see how beautiful it is. Maybe I'll take a picture or something, but this is just a gorgeous hardback that doesn't have a dust jacket. It's just like this, but it's called Dark Fantasy Pirates and Ghost Short Stories, and it's just beautiful. I can't even begin to describe to you how beautiful this is, and just the inside is beautiful, the way it's put together is beautiful, the stories that are in here are beautiful. I've read some of them already, so it's just beautiful. And the last question, 15, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Like I said before, years ago, when I did this tag, all of them. I need to read all of them because I have an endless TBR and my unread bookshelf is scary looking. But so that's my answer. Just all of them. Nothing in particular, nothing spot on, just all of them. Is that going to happen? No, because, but I wish I could. Yeah, okay, that was the last question. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know who I should tag. Oh, I'm gonna tag xonikkee from, oh, what is her channel? xonikkee, I think, very brand new. I just shouted her out recently. She's amazing. Go check her out. So Nikki, I tag you. I told you I was going to tag you and everything, so I'm starting now. And I would also like to tag Justin from Ghost Reader, and Kevin from StoryGlyph, and Chrissy from Chrissy's Booksandberries. Is that the channel name? Is that your channel name, Chrissy? It's something like that, right? Something like that. And I'm also going to tag Adrian from Strip Cover Lit. All of you guys. So you can do the tag or you can not do the tag. It's up to you. Yep, okay. That's it. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Are you having a good day or night wherever you are? I hope so. And I'm gonna go now. I will see you in another video very soon. Oh no. Was I even focused the entire time? Oh my god, if this wasn't focused. Ugh.